and subtopic in reproduction in chapter in plant. The chapter reproduction in plants. Okay. In last class we have discussed about post fertilization event, formation or development of endosperm. Next development of embryo, development of fruit and other post fertilization events. Last class we have discussed about those. Now let us discuss about the structure of seed. Structure of seed. When we observe this seed, it is surrounded by two membranes, or it is surrounded by two membranes. These two membranes are collectively called as seed coat. Seed coat. Okay. Next, another important one is next inside of the one embryo. Embryo is the another part of the seed. Embryo is the another part of the seed. Next, other part is endosperm. Endosperm. These are important three parts of the seed. These are important three parts of the seed. First one is seed coat. Next, embryo. Next, endosperm. These are important three parts. Okay. Now let us discuss about the first one, seed coat. Actually, seed is surrounded by. Actually, seed is surrounded by two membranes. Two membranes. When we observe the seed coat, it is made up of two membranes, outer one and inner one. Outer one and inner one. These two membranes are developed from the two integuments of the ovis. Okay, actually from the two integuments of ovis, two integuments of ovis. These are modified after fertilization process. These are modified as two layers of the seed coat. Two layers of seed coat. Yes. Observe carefully. This is important one here. Two layers of the seed coat. Okay. Development two integuments of the ovis. Outer layer of seed coat, inner layer of the seed coat. When we observe the seed coat at a place, actually at a place, a curve is present. A curve is present What is that curve? What is that curve? After this curve of the seed coat, actually stalk of the seed is attached. Stalk of the seed is attached. Understanding? Observe carefully here. Know very well that. For example, imagine it is a seed. This seed coat, here a scar is present like this. Actually, funicle or funicular of the funicle or funiculus of the ovule, that is funicle is modified as stalk of the seed. This stalk of the seed is attached on the seed coat at a specific position or specific location or specific point. That point where stalk of the seed is attached on the seed coat, that point is appeared as a curve. Understanding? This is very important one here. Next, when we observe the around the curve, a small hole is also present there. A small pore is also present. That is the modified micropyle. That is the modified micropyle. Modified micropyle. That is the modified micropyle. This is very important one. Okay. On above this curve, we can observe a small hole-like structure. That is a modified micropyle. Small hole. Through this small hole, gaseous exchange process takes place. Through that small hole, gaseous exchange takes place. This is very important one. Observe carefully. See, observe carefully. Here, structure of the seed. Seed has different parts. Seed coat, embryo, endostem. Okay. Endostem. Seed coat, embryo, endostem. These are three important parts of the seed. When we observe the seed coat, it has two layers. It has two layers. Means entire seed is surrounded by two layers or two membranes. Those two membranes are collectively called as seed coat. Seed coat. Actually, two membranes of seed coat are developed from the two integuments of the ovule. Two integuments of ovule. These two integuments of ovules are modified as two layers of the seed coat after fertilization. After fertilization. Okay. Next, on the seed coat, a scur is present. A scur is present on the seed coat. Actually, funicle of the ovule. What? Funicle of the ovule or funiculus of the ovule is modified as the stalk of the seed. After fertilization process, it is modified as the stalk of the seed. This stalk of the seed is attached on the seed coat at a specific position or at a specific place, region. After that region, we can observe the scur. We can observe the scur. On the scur, above the scur, a small modified micropyle is present. Means a small hole is present. That is actually modified micropyle of the ovule. Modified micropyle of the ovule. What? Modified micropyle of the ovule. This is very important one. Through this small hole, gaseous exchange process takes place. Gaseous exchange process takes place. This is about the seed coat. This is about seed coat. Very important one it is. Okay, observe once again. Next, another important one. Here, thickness of the seed coat. Seed coat has different thickness. Thickness of the seed coat varies from species to species. Okay, thickness of seed coat varies from species to species. Varies from species to species. This is important one. Observe carefully. Next, second one is embryo. What? Embryo. Already we discussed about embryo. Embryo has an important part, that is embryonic axis. Embryonic axis. Embryonic axis. Here in dicot, two cotyledons are attached to the, in dicot, two cotyledons are attached to embryonic axis at a specific position. At a specific position. At this position, at this position, actually cotyledons are attached. This is one cotyledon, this is another one in dicot. Now, the embryonic axis present above the cotyledon. This embryonic axis region is called epicotyle. Epicotyle. Next, the region of the embryonic axis that is present below the cotyledon. This region is called hypocotyle. Hypocotyle. Epicotyle and hypocotyle. Epicotyle and hypocotyle. Okay. Next, tip of the or apical region of the epicotyle. Apical region of the epicotyle is called plumage. Is called plumage. Next, apical part of the hypocotyle is called radicle. Is called radicle. Understanding? Observe carefully. What is the importance of the plumage? During the germination of seed, actually entire shoot system is Entire shoot system is developed from the plumage. Next, what is the importance of the radicle? During the germination process, germination of seed, entire root system is developed from the radicle. Developed from radicle. This is the importance of the plumule and radicle. Plumule and radicle. Okay. How many cotyledons are present actually in dicot? In dicot, two cotyledons are present. What? Two cotyledons are present. Whereas in monocot, only one cotyledon is present. Only one cotyledon is present. Okay, observe one. Observe once again. Embryo has embryonic axis. To this embryonic axis, cotyledons are attached. Okay, cotyledons are attached at some portion of the embryonic axis. Next, region of the embryonic axis present above the cotyledon is called epicortex. Region of the embryonic axis that is present below the cotyledon is called hypocortical. Is called hypocortical. Okay. Next tip of the epicortical is called flumen. Tip of the epicortical is called flumen. Tip of the hypocortical is called radical. What is the importance of the flumen? Importance of flumen is during the germination of seed. During the germination of seed, actually entire shoot system is developed from the flumen. At the same time, during the germination of seed, entire root system is developed from the radical. Entire root system is developed from the radical. What? Radical. Okay. How many cotyledons are present in dicot? For example, groundnut or bean. In dicot, 2 cotyledons are present, whereas in monocot, example, maize, only 1 cotyledon is present. Only 1 cotyledon is present. Observe one. Yes, next. Next, third one, endosperm. Third one is endosperm. Already we discussed about endosperm. It is actually nutrient tissue. Okay, nutrient tissue, very important issue. It supplies the nutrient to growing embryo, to growing embryo. This is very important one. In some seeds, endosperm is present. In some seeds, endosperm is present. These type of seeds are called endospermic seeds. Endospermic seeds. Example: rice, wheat, maize, bajra, like this, etc. Okay, in some seeds, endosperm is absent. Endosperm is absent. These type of seeds are called non-endospermic seeds. Non-endospermic seeds. Examples for the bean, pea plant, red gram, Bengal gram, horse gram, etc. Okay, this is here endosperm. Already told you endosperm is the nutritious food material. Nutritious food material. Okay, important nutritious tissue it is. It supplies the nutrients for the growing embryo. Okay, observe one. Observe carefully. Endostem, it is actually nutritious tissue. It supplies the nutrients for the growing embryo. In some seeds, endostem is present. Those seeds are called endospermic seeds. Example, rice, wheat, maize, bajra, etc. Next, in some seeds, endosperm is absent. This type of seeds are called non-endospermic seeds. These are called usually non-endospermic seeds. Non-endospermic seeds. Okay. Examples: beans, pea plant, red gram, Bengal gram, horse gram, etc. Okay, this is about the endostem. This is about endostem. Next. This is about the post-fertilization event. Enter sexual reproduction in plant. Sexual reproduction in plant. What is the sexual reproductive part in plant? What is the flower? Is the reproductive, sexual reproductive part in plant. Flower. Do all plants produce flowers in their life cycle? No. There are some plants, they cannot produce the flower. There are some plants that cannot produce the flower. These type of plants are called cryptogam. Cryptogam. Based on the flowering, plants are classified into. Based on the flowering, plants are classified into two different categories. What are they? Entire plant kingdom. Entire plant kingdom is classified into two groups. First one, cryptogam. Next one, phanerogam. Cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams means non-flowering plant. Non-flowering plant. Phanerogams means flowering plant. Flowering plant. Again, cryptogams are divided into different groups. These are divided into different groups based on the body organization and other characters. Halophytes, bryophytes, pteridophytes. These are three important groups of non-flowering plants. Halophyte means body differentiation is simple. Simple body differentiation is present. Simple body differentiation is present here. They have the undifferentiated plant body. They have undifferentiated plant body. It is called thala. It is called usually thala. Understanding? It is called usually thala. Bryophyte means they have complex body organization when compared to halophyte. Here also body is thala, undifferentiated plant body. These are also called as amphibians of. These are also called as amphibians of plant kingdom. Amphibians of plant kingdom. Next to pteridophyte, these have the differentiated plant body. Differentiated plant body. Yes. Okay. First time, vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem were developed. First time. These are the non-flowering plants. Flowering plants are gymnosperm, and angiosperm. Angiosperms are again two types, dicot and monocot. Dicot and monocot.